Okay, William and Jacob. This is the mask they made us wear at work today. Cute, huh? And I'm the only one in the place that doesn't need it because I had the shot. I have a friend called Missy Stewart. When I was about 14, I went to camp, and church camp. And my Bible study leader, basically my teacher, my group leader, whatever you want to call her, she never forgot me. And she always made, I never talked about her because I didn't know I didn't think, she didn't really talk to me after that because the church kept her away. But she continued, she's older than me, but she continued being friends to check and see how I'm doing. And I was told like once or twice over the years. They kind of kept me away from her. The other adults at church, I'm told. And I was kind of hinted that. We talked to her, but we're not letting you talk to her. They kind of kept her to themselves. And I got that. So I just figured maybe she didn't want to talk to me. But it turned out she was mostly trying to figure out what was going on and why she couldn't talk to me. Well, I knew she was going to school at the time. I was younger, I was like 14, younger than y'all. And she had mentioned in the class, I remember what she was talking about, she had mentioned she was going to law school. Well, I was in junior high? And I remember her talking about going to law school. She didn't want to be a criminal defense lawyer because she didn't want to, represent criminals. And she was talking about some other stuff that she didn't quite know what she's doing. She just keeps going back to school. And she keeps changing her mind. And that's basically what I knew. But I knew she was going to law school. She turned out to be a judge. She's a federal court judge. And she has been helping out in the court case and helping charge. Well, right at this moment, she's came here, but I didn't know that was her because that was, 30 years ago? Over 30 years ago? Well, she is trying to get us moved out. She wants to take me home and take you boys home with her. And she's one of the judges charging the courts and charging churches through the courts, higher courts. Well, anyway, she wants to actually take us home and go pick you guys up. But everybody's still denying that. So, she's trying to work with them because she's trying to cut a deal with the churches. And she's been trying really, really hard for a year, and I didn't know. I knew that she was a judge that was here, but I didn't recognize her because she looked different then. She actually had a really, really long hair that went down to like her butt. And so I didn't recognize her. And that was like 30-something years ago. But anyway, she's here. And she's been here off and on. And she's trying to talk to your daddy's family into letting her take us home to make a deal with the courts for the churches, especially. In the church I grew up in. Church she talked to some of the people in. Well, that church over the years had kind of been in kind of hot water for a few things, and not just this court case, some other stuff, and so they want her to stay. They even want her to stay away from me, from what I'm told. But she is trying. She would come pick me up and come pick you boys up. So she's trying to work with your daddy's family, but they're not willing to. So she's trying to work with the community. Your daddy's family and a lot of them in the community are so jealous. This is what I got from a bus driver in the police department today. Blah, 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 we don't care. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that's actually what the bus driver did to me and the police. Anyway, I love you boys, and we are trying, okay?